All right, fool, you ready to go?
Yeah.
All right. On three, I'm going to intro this. I'm going to say, what do you want to go by? You want to go by Danny? You want to go by Cryptic? What are you thinking?
Let's go cryptic.
All right.
It's just Crypt or whatever nickname you want to give me, bro. Whatever works.
Whatever. All right, cool. I just wanted to fucking. So I'm going to intro this. I'm going to hit it with, and the host Crip, hit it with something, and we'll go from there. And we'll go rough start. Cool?
Sounds good.
All right. 1, 2, 3. What up, fam? It's your boy Brett Man Dude Man. We're here doing a podcast. Had an idea, had a little thought. Want to throw it down with my main man Crip here.
How's it going, everyone?
And so, what we're gonna call this is the men of Cartier. I wanted the old men, but he's not so old. I'm old. Anyone watching this live, you get to see my ugly fucking mug the entire time. So that's good. That's good. This is gonna be like a weekly thing. I think I'm gonna try and make this a weekly thing, or as close to a weekly thing as possible. Right?
Make it. Honestly, yeah. Let's make it weekly. Honestly, make it happen for the people to hear like daily news, what we're doing, what's going
Absolutely.
on.
Absolutely. So a little bit about us. We're both part of this organization called Cartier Gaming. It's man, you would have never guessed it. It's a gaming organization, right? And we're going through a little bit of a trying time right now, as I would call it. Would you call it anything else but trying there?
Well, I think we're trying to make it something. Honestly, just a little bit different from any other podcast. A
Oh,
little bit different.
absolutely. So, with that being said, our first order of business today is letting you know who we are and what we do within the organization. So, as many of you guys know on my Twitch following, I am Brett Man Dude Man, recently affiliated, and I am a co-owner of Cartier Esports. Cryptic.
So basically, I'm cryptic. I am an org representative. I'm pretty much a representative of the org. I am a former player and coach. I am currently a player in the league that we're currently in, and I've been a part of Cartier for over a year, and it's honestly just been a family since. So honestly, I'm just yeah. Let's just like honestly, let's get on to like the topic on honestly waking up on Twitter, just seeing I'm knowing I'm on Twitter right now, seeing the new like CDL skins pop up. Honestly, seeing a couple of them, I'm definitely gonna get some of them. The
I
Subliners one for sure.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't seen shit. So yikes.
Yeah, literally.
um,
So literally, the CDL had the designers make their own, pretty much the new skins for them for the new season, and honestly, they're just pretty much the outlines of what you think their team would look like. Honestly, like you think of like their jersey is pretty much what it is on their gun, and it's actually really sick.
okay. I'm still not seeing them. I'm an idiot. Um, all right. I'll just go to the league page. How's that sound? Way to go, Brett. Oh, yeah, no. These are this subliner subskin's fucking fire. Or not the subliner, the thieves subskins fire as fuck. All right. So this what I'm seeing here, and I'll drop it in the link whenever I decide to post this. What I'm seeing here is like the perfect match of being what I wanted to see on the jerseys as compared to what I wanted to see on the guns.
That would like go throwback pretty much like the they call it a World League,
Yeah.
like what they had.
Bring back E United. Shout out E
Yo,
United.
United.
All right, so on to our next
Be if
topic. We have one of the leagues we were formerly in was the Defuse Gaming League. Hey buddy, I hope you don't have any friends in this because I'm about to go in.
go in, brother. Just
Um,
go deeply in.
so it is Defuse is a clan out of West Virginia. They call themselves a clan because that's what they are. Their top-down structure has completely crumbled over the last 3 weeks, right? 3 weeks
The
to a
last
month.
couple of weeks, literally crumbling in the last month. They're
Yep.
slowly falling apart.
So I got a DM today. We were working with them as far as trying to expand their brand and push them into some of the stuff we do. I got a message today saying that they no longer want to be part of that. Perfectly okay with that because I don't know what they brought to the table for us. I kind of know what we
It
brought
was
to them.
it was just they're trying to override us at that time, and it's just like we weren't going to allow that because we were bringing in the people and bringing in the extra help.
Exactly. As far as it goes as an organization, the dudes are good dudes. I can't say that they're not at all. It's just ran differently than the way I would run things over there. It's ran with an iron fist instead of a community.
Just a little bit too much of a prison structure, and it's just like you gotta have people to have freedom, and it
Exactly.
isn't good. I'm not. They are amazing people. I will second that. They are amazing people. Hands down, like they've always had when they can. They always do. They were always there when we need to reach out, but when it came to the end, it wasn't just a fit.
So I don't know
And
what
we
exactly happened with that league, but it collapsed. It probably had something to do with the guy that was running it. Was I don't say he had no help. He was not finding the right help. Right? Would that'd be more accurate than saying he had no help? He just wasn't finding the right help.
he was yes, he wasn't finding the right people to like help run his org, and it was just a lot of people doing it for themselves and them their players, and just it wasn't good. It was just a lot of headbutting.
Yeah. Yep. Very much so. A lot of headbutting. I don't think that's the worst thing in the world, though. To be honest with you, like
No, no,
that
no,
we
no,
ended up
no.
getting out of that.
It was just a problem that we just didn't. I don't think we should just. It was just honestly a move that we felt like it was just better. It's just like we have a better opportunity to promote our org and any other orgs that are trying to even make it out there. It's just not we're not trying to be selfish and just put it as one.
Like obviously, as
And
many
that's
of you
still
guys listen to this know, this is a very competitive spot. It's a hard place to wedge your way in and make a path for yourself. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, that's all I really have to say about that because I don't want to like ruin anyone's lives or like cancel myself because I could say a whole lot of terrible things about them. But like all in all,
felt
man,
sort of corrupt. It felt sort of corrupted, and it was just
you know what though? I mean, it's not my circus, bro. Not my elephants, not my circus. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm,
Like if that's the way they want to run their organization, who am I to tell them to do it the way we do?
they can't run it.
Like
Yeah,
I don't know. Because there's flaws in this organization too that I that we're working on, and I am
honestly, fixing the little things to make sure it's a lot better and running smoothly.
exactly. All right, so that's enough about like our
Well,
fucking competitive teams. Our competitive teams are currently looking for a second home. That is, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what they're looking for, to be honest with you. I was put in charge of content and VOD review. So, like, I don't actually know what they're looking for. I'm just stuck in the game. I'm just stuck in as the coach on one of the teams. And I told them I'll watch live with them, but everything else is basically on them. And you know what? It's going a lot better than I thought it was going to. The boys
it,
over there have
they don't know what they're doing.
taken
They know
it
what they're
to
doing.
heart and know what they're doing. Now the first team, bro, oh my god, I don't know. They haven't scrimmed in like a week, bro.
Justin's team?
Yeah, they haven't scrimmed in a week. They played that HP tournament and that was it. They haven't scrimmed in a week. And I'm pretty salty about what they did to my boy Pool too. So yeah, I'm pretty
Yeah,
salty about that one. That one's neither here nor
that one's
there. Not my
a
place to speak on it, but him and I
but that
have
one's a little
exchanged
salty.
words on that one. Uh so as we continue moving forward, God, those skins are sexy.
Honestly, the recent news, Nero being benched. That's the biggest thing I have a big concern about with Boston, and especially in the CDL, just league in general. A
Okay,
team that is just honestly just needs to figure out their flow. And when I hear Vivid coming back out of the bench to replace Nero, it's just who's really gonna? How much is Vivid gonna have that sub out? It's just is it a good call? Is it a bad call? this is honestly in my head. I don't think in my head. I think Vivid's a really good starter, but why would you keep Kremp in there if you can just put Nero back in there and just run the original team with Beans?
Because Crimp's nasty, and like that guy needs to be in the league. Like as far like you can say what you would like, that guy deserves a spot in the league anywhere, anytime, any place. I will gladly, as an Optic Texas fan, I will take Crimp over Hook day in, day out, no questions asked. That's my hot take on that.
That's big. That's
That's
all
my
for
hot.
world champ.
That
That's big. That's all for world. That's
listen. I appreciate what Hook does and how he does it. Yes,
but he's not like a solid S&D player like Kremp. And I get what you mean.
No, but as like far as respawns go, I think you're flipping a coin on either one of those.
On respawn, I'll definitely take Hook over Kremp, and I'll say that just for like experience wise, him and just the flow wise of him and Shotzi. And I think of it, if Optic did had the chance to get Kremp in a different reality, let's just say him, Ghosty, Dashy, and Shotzi, it would be such a different gameplay than what it is now.
But I think we're going to see a different gameplay out of them next year as it sits. Like, let's be real.
I think Boston Beach is going to be a real fucking threat. Kremp is a young superstar.
I don't. Tell me who's going to lead that team.
I think Wake.
Beans can't do it. Beans tried. Beans can't do it. Beans ain't no Dan Ghosty. So
and Optics. And speak on that Optics situation with Ghosty. It's just working to the T.
Yeah, Ghosty's a mainstay, and I think Ghosty's going to be on Optic for life for as long as he wants to continue to sign that contract. And like he said in an interview, he was like,
in the podcast,
this was the end goal. This was the end goal, and now I'm here. So now what?
You're playing for the biggest org, one of the biggest esports orgs, playing with some of the best players in the world, representing. Oh, it's just he literally had the dream.
He had the dream.
He fulfilled the dream.
But let's turn it back here. Who did Dan play with in Vanguard?
He played with Sensor and Clay, didn't he?
At one point, yes. At one point, that did happen. But you mentioned a name of Sensor, Mr. Doug Martin.
Doug.
Unpopular opinion. I think Doug makes that Boston Breach team very good. Not like, listen, his POV's iffy.
It's not the greatest. It's not
iffy sometimes. He looks like me sometimes playing. But the way that guy leads a team, I think that would go a long way with all the young kids that they have on that Boston Breach squad.
He's definitely teaching his academy players like how to get prepared for the league and what to do. I mean, he's had 3 of his teammates already just get sent to the league. 4 of them if you count Yuli.
Yeah, he played with Yuli basically all year last year. Like, bro, what does this man have to do to get into the league? Like, we see guys like Playster who's in the
honestly,
league, right?
At this point, I think it's just him. It's just his name and what he does. It's just.
But that's shit, bro. Like, that's shit. I hate that argument because this guy comes in day in, day out, and
he's league ready, but it's just.
Bro, he's my age, and he's still grinding it out. Him and I started at the same time and played in a lot of the same tournaments growing up. He's my age, and he grinds it out day in and day out. You want to know who doesn't do that anymore? Me. Because grinding it out fucking blows, bro.
He's one of the last people that are like, along with Clay and like Slasher, you can technically put up there, but him and Clay, dude, are like the last 2.
And I just like if we get
even
Clay
you can count Fellow in that. You can even count Fellow in that. Fellow's been in the game.
Yeah, he's been in the game a while, but he hasn't been in the mainstream talking.
The league,
yeah. The problem is, man, is everyone sees Doug, and like every time you go on YouTube, there's like a 15-20 minute video of the roast of Doug, and it's like, yeah, it's funny as fuck, but like, what are we really doing here? Like this guy.
And the first clip you see is Formal saying 7, and it's just like you can't. He's just a worldwide meme.
But it's 7 with like 225 in the hill. You're like, okay, like I get it, but like. As far as that Boston team goes, you put Doug on that Boston team right now, and I think they place better than they did last weekend. Hands down.
I put him instead of Beans.
No,
But
no, no,
Wake
no,
Beans
no. I want Beans him to play with Beans. So I want Beans to be like a main. Let Sensor run the flex. So if you have a third sub, he should be the one with the sub in his hands, being a natural
and then
submachine
Nero
gun
and
player,
Cramp.
and Nero and Crimp running up front.
That would be one.
Because Beans can hold down the back lines, hold spawns, dictate where they're spawning, do all that kind of stuff. Doug's going to go sit in the hill in a corner because that's what Doug does. And then you're going to see Nero and Crimp get out there and just fucking mow people down. Like, I think the way that team would be structured if you brought Doug in would be
It'd actually
I
be a
don't
well
want to say
balanced team.
better, but a more balanced team than what they have now.
It works out though, because if you have a well balanced team that the players of like the chemistry and the team flows well, it's just unstoppable. You can even look at Thieves; they flow together perfectly, and it's all as one. Like, you can see them even on your maps, watching it, like even watching their matches. They all flow, and it's just you create a good team. You can make any team good. Make any team good if you have the right players to play the right roles.
Exactly, and I think what Boston's missing is that OBJ player. We saw a lot this weekend of like, I watched them a couple times in Control go. They literally go. They go 4 kills, no one hops point. 3 kills, no one hops point. It's like, what are we doing? What am I looking at here? What am I watching a bunch of fucking silvers play right now? Like I get you got it. You have to get the first wave of kills. I get that. But why not throw someone on the point to draw out those guys to then maybe instead of getting 3 dead, you have 4 dead now and you can stack the point. Because the 4-man stack to get all 3 segments in Control this year is what, 9 seconds? If you have 4 people on it, 9 to 10 seconds, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, there's a respawn delay of 2.5. Depending on what map you're on, you spawn in fucking Timbuktu.
You're across the map. You spawn all over the fucking place.
But at
You
least,
don't have a certain spawn unless you know where your teammates are.
Control, if someone, all right, so Expo Control, right? You're on offense.
Oh god.
You're on offense. You hop that first A point, right? You go 4 dead. I know where they're spawning. They're spawning that truck right behind the sign, all the way to the back right on huts, basically. They're going to spawn somewhere in there.
That's on offense. Defense, you know where they're coming from, that little hall, and then they're coming from the stairs by like that little plat area.
And that's if you go 4 down.
Mm-hmm. That's if.
Yeah.
So it's like, would you have that? Would you have Fortress back?
No, because the problem is Expo may have a nasty trap in itself with that little hall where you're sitting like top globe coming into bar on patio.
Yeah.
You can see right into where they spawn, right? But what they don't
it's just that one hall.
What they don't show you is you can run out the back, and the back goes back like 10 or 15 yards to the point where you can make a playback.
You're going towards A.
Yeah, you can make a playback there and get out of your spawn. In Fortress, bro, it literally you could win a 3v4 defense. You realize this, right? Like, you have a dude.
It just wasn't right. It was not a right control map.
Yeah, you have a dude sitting hay, one guy top art, and one guy dub windows. Or sorry, not top art, top maps, and one guy dub windows, and you control the map. I mean,
like you have like, I just think of it now, just seeing that Fortress control just in my head. You have like the guys like windows, you have the guy gate, you have the guy one pushed up maps, and then you have the other guy just wherever beside another heady, and you just have them trapped.
To be honest, bro, you should have had 2 maps, one with Deddy, one with a trophy, and just let the sub with Deddy run around in circles and kill everybody, and the guy with the trophy just cleans everything up.
You can even have the guy pushed up towards like P5.
Yeah, you could also push someone up, spawn them, like force them to go gate side because you're just laying in fucking.
You can go by the statue and stun them towards stables.
Yeah, I would just lay in stables. To be honest,
that was the even worse one.
Because like if you're in stables, they spawn like the back circle to look straight at gate. They're basically spawning in the line of sight of the guy sitting dub windows. Like that map. I watched that map for too long, and I fucking hate that map. Like,
I realized like the traps. It's one pro player it's a former pro, but he's a world champ. It's Parasite showing me all like some of these like traps, and he had a nasty one just on Hotel not too long ago.
Yeah,
Like he
but
sits in the.
you have to put someone there. You have to be put in that position. Like Hotel, there's a lot of just randomness that happens on Hotel by where you spawn. Parasite's traps are good if the spawns worked properly.
I honestly I hit it once. Like I'm not gonna lie, I hit it once, and you can only do it for so long. Besides when the people come from Chandelier going towards A, or the guys coming upstairs, because they'll flood your stairs if you miss them. And as
Absolutely.
soon as you miss them, it's just it's honestly I'll give it a 50-50. Yes, you have an advantage, but sometimes those fuckers just yeah, they just pop out.
Yeah, bro.
They hit
It
that
just
quick jump, and it's just or they just stare glitch to hell.
for sure, dog.
I don't know. Like some of these maps are meant to be. It's a blunder based game, so honestly, as soon as you get put in that blunder, you just gotta accept you gotta do better the next round.
I don't really think it's a blender based game. It's a fast TTK. TTK for anyone who does not watch esports is time to kill. Um, because like if I'm dying in 2 bullets, like these maps would be good for like Halo, is what I'm trying to tell you. Like something where you can eat a couple of bullets, get around a corner, reheal, and go for it again. You know what I mean?
I wish it was like kind of like Halo's regen, but in the end, I kind of like even if you're like certain situations, you kind of do have to chill at the last second.
Yeah,
Just go for it. And one out of one out of the 4 chances, you are gonna get that kill.
absolutely. So another thing we have on the docket today is the fall of FaZe. As we know,
Is
FaZe Clan's been on top of the Call of Duty world for God, I don't know how long. Um, as far as their competitiveness goes, I'm not at liberty to talk about what their stock is doing. Them as a company needs some help really bad. They need to let the boys take over
they need to
again.
figure
But
they need to figure it out.
that's not the place to talk to it about here. We can do something else with that. But with FaZe, the addition with them dropping our cities last year and picking up Slasher, I think was a poor choice because I think Slasher and MC, aka Celium, are the same fucking player. And one is way
They
better than the
don't.
other one is.
And I would pick Cell just to be my main AR and have Arsos be my flex. The
Nah,
Slasher
bro.
can't play a flex.
Bro, you let Cell be the flex. You should have never dropped Alec at all. You let
You had a
Cell.
dynasty roster that won a world championship a year ago. You lost it, but why wouldn't you keep it just to say, let's run it back to see if we do it again?
We all know that was not our city's game. Vanguard. Very few
It
people were
was
good at
not.
Vanguard because like that game was
It's all about movement.
it was all about movement, but then the MP40 sometimes you'd get the bloom where the bullet just wouldn't hit. You'd be aiming at him and be like, "Oh no, bro. Oh no."
That gun it had definitely had its cons. I definitely do miss playing with it, but in that game you had to be locked on.
Just by the way the mechanics work. That's all.
But RC's, I mean, he didn't have a too bad overall season, but it's just he just wasn't feeling it. Second,
Yes, sir.
constant seconds.
Yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. And it's like what are you going to do? You know what I mean? Like
And even at champs though, that FaZe had the biggest opportunity to take over and take the lead. They definitely had the times in different game modes they could have changed it up. But in the end of like going into free agency, should have Alex left and took in the contract with LAG? No, he should have just rethought about with his world champ teammates and
no,
said, "Hey, let's make one last run at
but
it."
from what I'm hearing, bro, it wasn't him, it was everybody else. It was not Alec himself. It was everybody else around him that thought that he was on the decline because he wasn't as good as he was in Cold War. And to be honest, man, Cold War, I would play that game again, like as a competitive
It
game
was too
again.
good game. It was too good.
It
It was
because it
really
made
too
sense.
good.
It worked. It made sense. Like And so
You had the
obviously the
slide
most
canceling. You had the old school mechanics. You had the Black Ops 2 kind of feel or Black Ops 1 kind of feel to it, and it was just perfect.
okay. So what do you think? What do you think FaZe's next move is? Because I think they really have to reevaluate what they're doing with Slasher and MC.
If if I was FaZe, if I was the head coach, and if I was replays right now thinking, I'm like, Slasher and MC, like you said before, Slasher and MC are too similar as the players. If I would move if I would move Slasher just to the main, have MC run around with Simp and Abizi, it would just make it would make so much more sense because yes, MC is he was the MVP of this league last year. But you have him running around with Abizi, who's tearing it up right now, and then Simp, who's just also just one of the best SMGs in the game. That three, just going against any other three, they're taking out the 4-man squad any day. And it just the flow state will just work, in my opinion, if they
Okay.
want to win throughout the rest of the year.
Okay. I don't think they make a move this year at all. I don't think that's it because I believe Slasher signed a 1+1 deal, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he
So
signed it 2. I'm pretty sure it was. I think it was 2 years.
yeah, 1+1, 2. Yeah. It's a team option. So
Mm-hmm.
here's what I would want to see. All right. Cell already plays like a main AR, correct?
Yes.
So my thought process is if Optic doesn't pony up and decide to drop Hook and go get Pred next year, we see a BZ Pred Simp Cell.
Wow.
So
I never thought of that.
you would move Simp back to like a flex, right? So on maps that need a third sub, he's the third
Okay.
sub, but he runs AR. Listen, it is an easier time when you've been a sub your entire life to then go back to AR. It AR, everyone knows an AR should be a human turret, aka Octane. You shoot everything that moves and you kill anything in front of you. Plain and simple, bro. See person, shoot person, right?
Being a human, like honestly, seeing Simp as an AR, it would be kind of be like a different thing. And honestly, in a different way, it would work to have like that lineup would be so deadly up and down because we already know Pred's out.
Yeah,
Pred
no,
is
no, no.
for
Why
sure out.
why would he go back? Like the only reason
He's
he
seen the
wasn't out
choke.
now, the only reason he wasn't
Was
out now or earlier is because Seattle didn't want to accept anything Optic gave to him. From
even
what
though it was a
from what I was hearing, it was somewhere between 600 and $750,000 as a buyout.
I'm I'm pretty sure it was, yeah, it was around $1 million they offered him and they said no.
Well, it started as like, oh hey, we need this, and Hector being Hector is like, yeah, okay, I got you. And I'm like, wait, wait,
Like
wait, wait,
some
wait,
Pred
wait,
here.
wait, 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 wait.
And then they're like, for real? And they're like, nah, we want this.
Okay, yeah, like it was a lot of that is from what I got, but I mean,
If in all reality though, do you think Optic would already be a championship caliber team with Pred on their team right now?
if that move was made, the roster we would
With
see
Arcees
currently, the roster we
with
would have seen
Arcees going
currently,
to
it would have been Arcides, Scump, Pred, Shotzi. Not a bad team, but at that point, what are we doing here? Why can't like you have the best gunny on the bench right now? Like I don't know what his attitude was at that point in time when he got dropped for the first time, as Dashy did. I don't know what that was. I don't know what his attitude, where his headspace was. Actually, I do know because he streamed about it and he let everyone know that the league's in trouble. So
when with
with
Dashy being dropped that first time, it was just like everyone was just like aware of it. Like they just dropped one of the best ARs in the game. And in my head, I'm like, I wanted Scump deep down. I wanted Scump just to play it out. But I think in the end, I think Optic and Hex wanted to keep Dashy just to keep him along, because Dashy is a core player of Optic's formation team. He was even there in BO4. Am I correct?
Yeah, his first event on Optic, they won, and it was CWL Las Vegas.
And then just having that connection with Hex, and I think Gump already at beating at the end where he's already retiring that year, but I think Optic just wanted to start fresh and said, okay, let's do it now.
I feel that is something that I feel very much like happened. I don't know, man. If Scump wasn't feeling it, like it was time for him to go. Like, and he felt that in his bones, and it was time for him to go. Like, what a better note to go off on than beating Zinni and having a nasty 3-piece in control. Like, what better can we do there? You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, what?
Like the king went out in a king fashion, and he had to do it against his friend. And I'm glad Zenny came back to Optic. That's the one thing I'm really so happy for. We just need one more. We need one more to come back.
It won't happen. That one won't happen.
I know,
As much as
but
people want that one's not gonna happen. He's pretty set. He's safe with one of the former Optic boys. He's good to go. He's fine. He's fine where he's at.
I know, and I will always love that Optic boy though. He'll forever be a Greenwald boy, but I know he's doing good things over there. I mean,
Nate Shot's got a special place in my heart. So
I know, I know.
But
Nate Shot's so good, man.
Yeah.
He's just an OG of the game.
All right. So with the whole like mix up of FaZe trending downward, we also see since that move was made, Optic is trending on the upside. We didn't see a very good showing from Major 3 forward, right? Major 3, they went, what was it, 3-2, snuck into winners, got dominated by Breach, and then went back. Made the run all the way back to the grand finals to end up losing to Toronto. And then we see them 5-0 going into Major, what was it, 4, right?
Yep, Major 4.
So they 5-0 going into 4, and they look real good. And they look real good all weekend.
Until the reigning champs.
So the
LA Thieves.
The reigning champs break the champ curse. What's your thoughts on that? Time, are they for real? Are they pretenders? Do you think they get complacent? Like
it. In all honesty, like between the both teams, those are the Titans of the CDL. Obviously, in my opinion,
those are 1 and 2. 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
And then 3-4 is like Toronto and
FaZe.
Yeah.
This is
in no particular order. In no particular order. Like
it's just a flip of the coin. Who's better on what day?
Yep.
And who's better on land? Who's better online? But
I give the edge to Toronto in that matchup only because Toronto's map pool is way bigger than FaZe's right now.
And they're playing on certain maps, and it's just not working.
No,
but LA Thieves just knowing that they came back from the dead, getting knocked out by Vegas last major. These guys just made a statement saying we're here. We're still here, but
don't sleep on Vegas either, bro.
No, I won't sleep on Vegas. Vegas has a good team now, a really good team. They just need to use it right. They just need to use it right.
They underperformed something serious last weekend, but man,
I think Thieves, I think they used up their first way too early. I don't think they're gonna win the next one. I think Optic finally figured it out. Like, it's our control. It's our control we're lacking on. If they fix the control game and can perfect the freaking hardpoint game, and just have a coin flip with S&D, I think it's just... I think Optic has a really good chance of actually winning it this time. I know I'm an Optic fan. We've probably been saying it for years to come. But I think this is it. This is the team that actually works and makes sense right now.
You think?
I honestly think Ghosty being... yes, he is a hill kitten, but when he starts popping off, and when the boys all pop off together, and especially when it comes to champs, when all 4 are frying, no one is touching that team. No one. You have Dashy. Let's say, for instance, them going against FaZe. You have Dashy going against Cell. I would take a coin flip of who's going to win that. But you have Ghosty beating Slasher. I have Hook and Shotzi really taking out Simp and Abizi during champs. And I don't really think Envoy and Kenny are going to keep up with the freaking flow of Hook and Shotzi during champs.
Kenny
Hook's
fucking
finally in it.
fried all weekend, bro. Kenny actually fucking fried all weekend.
The only thing I'm worried about concern is their one player is Draza. Draza is one of the best players in the world now, and I hate the kid a lot.
Draza
I
also
don't like
fucking fried. Hot take here, but the optic hard counter, kind of like Florida was last year, is LA Thieves, and that's a bad thing.
Yep.
The reason I say it's a bad thing is because I think you're going to see probably 2 more meetings of these guys in grand finals. And
we already know what's going to happen. What grand finals is going to be? It's going to be the next 2.
yeah,
It's going to be the next 2. I don't see
don't.
any other 2 teams.
The only way that this would work out in Optic's favor for grand finals is if they ended up going back to the best of 9 or 2 best of 5s. This best of 7 bullshit, like that last game. So basically, last weekend it went 6 games, right?
Yes.
So you're already playing 3 searches. Why am I playing 2 hard points, 2 controls, when it clearly goes hard point, S&D, control, S&D, should be hard point in next, right? Like I'm not out of my fucking mind. I can see it.
No. Yeah, it should be hard point next. I got confused about that too, and I'm like, why is it? It's the other control, right?
Yeah. So there's another. So game 6 is control,
Why
and then
can't it
game
be a
7
hard?
search. Yeah, listen, bro. I don't know because control doesn't even fucking work in this game at all.
The honestly, champs to be settled in the best of 9, but you only have you can have
should
the
be
2.
settled in the 2 best of 5s. That is where you see the best team win.
That's actually really good. 2 best of 5s, and you're seeing constant. That will give everything.
Listen,
That will
man,
give.
everybody who watches Call of Duty is an esports fan, and even if you're not, it's not hard to fucking explain 2 best of 5s. It's a race to 3, and then another race to 3. What is so hard about that?
6 wins in total to be champs. It's just
Fuck it. Let's do a best of 10. Fuck them. Or best of 12. I don't care. Give me something to where, you know what? Fuck it. They play all the maps. They have to play every map in rotation. No vetoes, no
play
nothing.
it.
No nothing. Let it roll. I don't care at this point. I just don't want to see another best of 7 unless they switch it from that 6 game being control to hardpoint.
I want if they do keep the best 7, take the second control out because it is definitely not needed.
Maybe they should just play fucking CTF or something. Something cool.
I was just honestly I was just saying that with my teammates last night. We were saying why are we playing control if we just play capture the flag like we did back in the day? And it just makes more sense. You have better strat. In the end, you're just gonna need a spawn trap, or it's something stupid about control that I really don't like. It's just like you can really mess up in just a matter of a couple of seconds. But capture the flag, all you gotta do, defend your flag, capture their flag, and think of strats. How are you gonna do that? Make certain pushes and go through certain ways just to get to your flag or their flag faster.
Exactly.
I miss capture the flag, bro. I'm an old school player just like you are, and it's just the mode's different.
Bro, I'm a Halo player at heart, man. Like that game tickles everything I want in a video game right now, and it's great. It's great. I haven't played in a couple of days because like I just don't have anyone to play with anymore. And solo queuing's hot garbage, just like Call of Duty solo queuing. Trash.
I played Infinite.
The hottest of trash.
A couple days ago. It's all right. It's all right playing solo, but I don't play the ranked. I played it once, and it's just not fun alone.
Oh, I used to be really good at it. They, man, in that game they have a solo queue ranked option. Did you know that?
They have a solo queue
ranked option, so like only solo queues can go into ranked in that Because
It's
if you
actually
because if you drop into just regular like solo queue 4-man stacks, that game's hard. I don't know, man. Something to
I
check out.
tip that.
Something to check out next time you go to play it.
I might have to check that out. Honestly, I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, real tippable. Real tippable. All right, so we're making a big deal out of this whole thing of 2K covers, the 2K curse, whatever, yeah, yada yada yada, Madden curse, right? So if
Let's
we,
bring on what if we have the 2K as the COD players?
you mean like instead of having some fictional soldier on the front of a game, we had just one of the pros.
Why not be the team that won the championship? Just be on the cover.
Because they do a lot of other cool things for them. I don't know if you remember when Dallas Empire won and Warzone 1 had just dropped.
They did it in the they
On the
did it at the
banners, on the banners on the
yes.
stadiums, they had like Shotzi, Crimsix, Illy, and Hook.
That was
That was
I
cool.
mean they do it
That was
in
cool.
game, but
Yeah, but like,
what we need to base the game more for the players and just in general, just for people that enjoy playing for the game. I don't know.
well,
Just more of a
from a marketing perspective, you want your game to be able to reach the masses, correct?
oh yeah, for sure.
So Call of Duty is always going to kind of trickle to the more casual side of things, right? So why are we taking these games that like aren't that great casually and keep putting them out? Like I've heard the rumors, and I swear to God, I hope they're true, of Black Ops 2 remastered.
Yes,
So I've heard
I
those
hope
rumors, and the
I
problem
hope
I'm
it
gonna
is true.
go ahead. So the problem that I'm seeing with this is I don't want another situation that we had with Infinite Warfare. Actually, I do kinda because I fucking absolutely loved Modern Warfare Remastered. That was the game I played to start was COD 4, and they remastered that, and I hadn't lost fucking anything. Stan the man knows what I'm talking about. I was disgusting at that game because I knew every pre-nade spot. I knew every wallbang spot. I knew every spawn snipe. Like that game that game made sense to me. And that game still makes very much sense to me almost 20 years later at this point in my life. Like
Honestly, if the remastered comes out, I know the instant change of how many people are gonna buy that game, how much is it gonna sell, what are we gonna expect, what is to be expected, what's gonna be changed. Like, are they bringing back the MSMC? Are they gonna bring back all the original guns, the characters? Is it gonna be this new campaign? Like, I loved everything about that game. That game, the campaign stories, it just transitioning from Black Ops 1 to 2, it was perfect.
so what I want to see out of that game is if they remaster ranked mode, it's over. MW2 is dead to everyone but the pros.
I
That's it.
don't. This is one of my worst. I don't. This is one of my least favorite COD games I've ever played.
You know what,
Am
man?
I still gonna play it? Yes. Am I still gonna grind it? Yes. I still like it at points? Of course. But is it one of my favorites? Absolutely not.
I basically play with a nightly 3 stack because we don't have a fourth yet because Stan's, I don't know what he's doing anymore. So my nightly 3 stack, we either absolutely fry or we get
Just get shit
fucking
on.
fried. And it's like, what is going on, bro? And there's no in between. It feels that with the TTK being so fast that this game skill gap has gone away almost to zero. You still only have the skill gap in the movement, but like to be honest with you, as long as I don't get cameraed, you ain't jumping me out. You ain't sliding on me through a corner. Like getting cameraed is getting cameraed. That's just knowing what spots you can use the camera to your advantage where I can't see you and you're shooting at me by the time I do see you type of deal.
It's just you gotta out credit your players, and it's just honestly like you said, dude. It's a flip of a coin when you get on. Either you're getting fried or you're absolutely frying. You're going on a cold streak or you're winning 10 in a row. It's just the
There
skill gap is not. It's really just not even there. It's just like if you have a freaking team that's good, you're honestly gonna move up the ranks.
There was a point in season 1 where my nightly 3 stack we got on for a week straight and didn't win a game. We'd play 4 games a night and just get off. We just got fucking fried for a week, bro. You know how hard it was to get on that game all the time?
I wouldn't at that point. I just say, you know what?
Well, listen, our
I'm
thought
gonna
process
go for a
is
walk.
it can't get any worse, right? Like
It can't get any worse. And then in the
it got
process,
worse.
this
It
it
got
keeps
worse.
happening. It got worse.
I was like, what the fuck?
I've definitely been in those situations last year in Vanguard. Like I'd be on and I wasn't winning a thing. We'd be close. We were winning at these games. We were winning, but somehow or managed or simple way, I would just slowly see my league go away, and I'm like, this is what's gonna happen for the next couple nights, huh? I'm just gonna lose at the end. Yep. At that time, I was just like, I'm just gonna go home. I'm just gonna relax. Just go bed,
Fucking smoke
watch
a
something
bowl and
else.
go to bed, bro.
Smoke. That's at that point. I'm smoking myself to sleep and going to bed.
Yeah, bro. I'd much rather do that than try and fucking play Call of Duty some days, man. Oh, bro. So let's get
Man,
back. Let's get back to this 2K cover. What I would want to see is like, you see, like the face of ranked mode, right? Like, so we have the ranked mode like characters that show up all the time.
I would have that
Why
as
can't
like the
why can't
cover.
we like superimpose someone's face on one of those, right? And just fucking like, how come I can't buy an in-game character of Scump? Like, why is that not a thing that I can do? You know what I mean?
Why don't you just have Scump as the soldier of the game,
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
or have like even like former legends of the game just dress up as? I mean, you can't even have
Listen,
just costume as.
the
I
only
don't even know if that's right.
that's fucking funny. The only COD player that I've ever seen in another game's ad or even be placed in another game currently is Nade Shot. Whole reason I almost bought PGA Tour 2K23 is just because I can play as Nade Shot and the clothing is in there. So what are we doing? Like, other games see the value to these people that are CEOs of big organizations now that do
Like you
things.
got to give them their flowers. Do something
I'll
for
give two
them.
shits you give them the flowers or nothing, bro. Like, these guys have been proven to sell copies of things and proven models work. Like, Optic doesn't become Optic without Hex and Nade Shot. You couldn't have one without the other. Scump doesn't become what he is today if there's no Nade Shot. Nade Shot paved the way. And I haven't even seen him remotely mentioned in an ad of Call of Duty or anything like that. But no, we can get fucking Messi and Neymar in the game. Two of the most like recognizable faces in the world, no doubt. But why are they in a Call of Duty game?
That's the thing that I never understood. They put soccer players in a Call of Duty game. Yes, they play it.
No,
Yes, we've
like
had
there's
Snoop
no
Dogg.
way Messi fucking plays it at Snoop. Snoop plays Warzone. Don't knock that. I'll take another Snoop skin. If Infinity Ward, if you're listening, I'll give you a blank check for a Snoop skin that I can use on both teams, please. Because like I only got one character right now that I can use on one side, and I don't like that. I don't like that.
If you definitely if Infinity Ward is hearing this, we definitely need another skin of Snoop or just someone like even the Terminator was good to have. Rambo was good to have. I mean,
I
just
had both
like
of those, in case anyone was wondering. There's no. What is my incentive to buy skins at this point? Nothing's good. The last skin I bought was the 420 skin because, like, obviously, right?
I just bought the CDL skins. I really don't like look at the new ones unless like something pops out to me. Yes, the Shredder one is cool, but am I gonna have it all? Like, am I gonna use them all the time? No.
No, and that's what's nice
It's
about the
just
CDL skins is like you get the home and away. So like I bought I bought I don't know what it is. It's to do with a gas mask Wong on that he runs around,
Yep.
right? Only can use him as Cortac. So what you're telling me is I just paid, I don't know, $15, which is fine because I paid it. But like
Just use it rarely.
rarely, I use it probably 50% of the time. I'd call it an even split on which team
If
I get
you,
to use. Yeah,
but if you're gonna make an operator, make sure it's available for both sides.
that's it, man. That's all I ask. Or like have a variation, like you get one for one side, one for the other. Like I just want a variation, bro. That's it. If I buy an
Like
if I
I
buy an
want to be able to
operator,
use that character.
like I don't play Warzone. Like I played Warzone a little bit when it first came out before rank drop, but I don't frankly,
That was the
bro,
beginning.
I don't fucking play Call of Duty all that much unless the boys are on. That's it. Like I don't play by myself anymore. Like
I feel that like unless the boys are on, I'm really not like touching it as much
yeah,
as
like
I should be as a player. But
I don't
it's
fucking
just
care. You and
it's
I
just a
ran the
game
four
for me.
stack
And
the other
man,
day. Like that was fun, but like we had four that were ready to roll at that second. So that was the only reason I was like, all right, let's do this. Like
I that's what I do. Like lately, last couple practice scrims, yes, I've been feeling it, been doing good. But lately, if I'm just like trying to go on ranked lately, just if I want to like grind ranked, I'm just like, I don't know if I want to do this, man. Like, is it really worth the headache for me right now to get pissed off of some kids I don't even know? They're probably across the map, and I'm just like, I'm screaming, "Go fuck yourself" to them. It's just like, is it worth my headache right now?
no, absolutely not. Like it
No.
has come to the point that if I find myself solo queuing, I just get off and go do something else.
I'm literally watching. I'm just watching new movies or just watching podcasts. Just keeping up with stuff.
Just been watching The Sopranos, bro. Like that's what I've been into right now. So
Honestly, the CDL the way it is right now, Brett. Would you go back to the like? Would you go back to the way it was, like how you can have different orgs, different teams, different map pools, just to get into champs?
all right, so what I think is $25 million is too much for this league that has no bearing over how these organizations do. We're seeing now like organizations are moving, and that's fine. But what is the portion of $25 million paid in bought anybody right now? Because if I remember correctly, these cameras they had in Columbus on top of the monitors were like 10 grand a pop. For
And they
what?
had a bunch of them.
For what, bro? For what? Like, you don't need anything crazy, man. You just, like, I get you don't want like a $45 camera that most of us use to stream. Or, like, what about the Sony AX600? It's a camera I got right back behind me on this tripod, bro. It's like a $600 or $700 camera, right?
700. Like they're blowing money on useless stuff that they really don't need, but they should be putting it in towards like I
Infrastructure,
don't even
bro.
pretty much.
Infrastructure. Like, these guys are not capitalizing to the fullest potential. Like they have a firsthand glimpse at how to make organizations profitable and how to make esports profitable. Like why is it set up so much differently than if we set up the LCS? You know what I mean? Like the way the LCS is structured is very like straight up and down dynamic.
And it's just straightforward what they're gonna do and how
There's
they're gonna run
tournaments
it
all the
and what.
time. Like if you're trying to create a league such as like the NBA or the MLB, that's fine. That's fine, but that's a totally different animal. That $25 million buy-in at this point in time should not be $25 million in. It should be $3 to $5 million. Because at $3 to $5 million, I think
That's easy for orgs,
I wouldn't call it easy, but it's more
but it's more.
manageable. If you most
That's
people that have invested, if you lose $3 to $5 million, that's a typical day for some people. That's a typical day for some people, right? Like the rich people, that's a typical day in the stock market. You lose $3 to $5 million, swaying either way, no problems, easy. but you're not
pocket
afraid of
change
that.
from.
You're
Yeah, I get that.
you're not afraid of that. So if I remember correctly, the roadmap said that the CDL was supposed to expand this year from 12 to 16, right? Or is it next year? One of these 2 years,
I
we were supposed to go 12 to 16, which, okay, all right, I enjoy that idea. But with the, like, obviously you kind of wash out the first year, 2020. Like, I can't judge 2020 on anything because, like, to be honest, man, it was kind of a scary time. No one really knew what was going on. Like, I get that it's weird to talk to it like that now that we know what it is, but like, put your shoes back in 2020. What happened, bro? We didn't know what was going on. Not a
mm-mm.
fucking clue, bro.
That year was so cloudy, man. It was just. It was a. I mean, COVID hit.
I was just, yeah, that's what I was talking about. I was just happy that they were playing. Like,
Honestly, it's just I'm glad they were streaming it. Yes, they're like probably at their own houses or their team houses or whatever they were at. But I guarantee it was probably so hard for them just to constantly compete online. They probably had so many different errors or probably different like you imagine like the ping issues they probably had if
what
they
was it?
weren't dealing with them.
What was it that year? Fucking Optic played Phase online at an Atlanta server, and they're like, "Yo, we just got fried." Like,
Like
so
that's what I'm
stuff
saying. Like
like
the
that.
online, it's like it's so 50-50, dude. It really is. Even like during that time, like I like why can't you just go back to like tournaments? Like you said, like just go back to tournaments, have them, or like
Listen.
I mean,
So
yeah,
you need to distinguish what's pro from am, and that's fine. And we can very much distinguish what is pro from am with being put into the CDL. Okay. What I'm saying is, man, once a week, you fly the 12 teams in, they play a round of games like they used to in the CWL, and you get them out of there. And instead of
like,
every 5 weeks there being a major, you have a major once a month, and you
and you have a
literally
couple tournaments you can go to.
it starts on Wednesday. Okay, for the major, it starts on Wednesday. Hear me out. Wednesday would be your challengers and all that. Okay, so you would play all of Wednesday to get. You just have to get top four. You get top four. You're put into group stages. Group stages are Thursday, Friday. What is the difference than me watching fucking Thursday winner side play, Friday loser side play? What's the difference in that? I'd rather watch group matches. I don't know. It's competitive at least.
I missed the pool matches, like the group play matches you used to have just to get into like the higher seeds or the lower seeds or just
Okay,
in play for the tournament.
so right, we have 12 CDL teams. And you all get
But
put
8 of them
you
make
get
it
put
to
in.
champs.
Yeah, that's horseshit too, by the way.
That's
That's
what I said.
horseshit
Like
too,
every
by the
team
way.
should have a fair chance to play in
Listen, whether
champs.
or not, like, okay, so the bottom four starting losers. Cool. Cool with that. Don't care. You know what I mean? But
Let them
all
play each
12
other
teams
just to
should be there.
play in, if anything, like a play in tournament.
Yeah. So you go from 8 to 12 or from 12 to 10, sorry, right? And then the two bottom teams automatically starting losers. I don't have a problem with that. I don't think a lot of people would have a problem with that. Like,
It just makes sense. They start off as losers.
yeah. But
And then they work like if anything, like they play each other right away and they just play the next loser that drops down.
but with these group stages, right? Like, if we have the group stages, you get to see, you break it into 6 groups, 2 of the CDL go into each. Obviously, you would go 112, stuff like that, right? 112, so on and so forth. They're in the same group. And then what do we have when you go like, okay, so if we have 6 groups, you take top 12. So top 12 AM teams, because I believe throughout everything going on in the United States, EU, Mexico, yada, 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 there's 12 teams that will compete comfortably with some pro teams, right?
You definitely have European teams that can definitely play.
Yeah. So now we're looking at, it goes from 12 to 24 at that point, right? So 24 teams are there,
Yep.
obviously. 2 teams make it out of each bracket. top seed starts in winners, bottom seed starts in losers. Like, I don't know how much harder this fucking gets. Or if you want to, even if you want to go top 3 in each division, get in, right? Top 3 in each division get to play Saturday, Sunday. Okay? So Saturday's a long fucking day. I get it. But like, what else are you going to do?
Like Saturday, you're constantly playing just to get that final spot for championship Sunday. It's just
Listen, there's enough
how do you
there's enough production money to go around where you can run different streams. You have enough fucking people that work within the CDL as casters go that can cast every game and just hang out and chit chat. Like, you have enough people to do that for 3 full streams. And
like you definitely have
there
like
should be no
even like
more
the
than 3
Twitch
games going on at a
streamers, like
time.
YouTubers, like there are people willing to just help out, just to be there or just do anything for the COD scene to help promote.
Exactly,
Like
bro.
use your freaking tools in like the esports community in the game, create something bigger and better for everyone else,
Or
just so
or
everyone else can enjoy it.
they host all of these events near colleges most of the time because that's where your esports venues are now, is near college campuses. They have a broadcasting program. Let the kids come in for some hours that they need. You know what I'm saying?
Like pay them, just like let them like introduce them into like jobs that they can actually do.
Yeah, like give them that hands-on experience that the people want. Like, I don't see a problem with what the
You
fuck?
got to give it like that classic like home type vibe. Like you're gonna be, it's like a chill out like place. Like you expect it to be like where everyone can like,
Listen,
I
man,
don't know.
Courage got his break because he just fucking he happened to be there when Puckett was sick. He got his break, right? And now look what he does. He's one of the biggest streamers on YouTube. Some of these kids just need an opportunity to break out. And that's like, I forgot where I'm going with this. If we bring in those college kids and let them compete like that for like casting jobs, like, we're gonna find the next gem. Like, it's
Like
not.
we're not like losing jobs. It's just like we're helping them.
I get why, like, I get where we're at with this at this point. Like, I get from the outside looking in, it's a lot easier. But I don't see how it could get cloudy between talking with like 8 to 10 owners. Like, I just don't see how this is not an option with Activision, and they don't see the dollar signs at this point. Like, the more people you bring in as far as competitors go with like opening the bracket, lowering the buy-in cost, the more eyes that are going to be on it because you're going to have your Cinderella stories. I remember fucking AW when Denial first started. No one had a fucking clue who was on Denial, and they end up winning the
No one.
championship.
And it's just honestly the AW year. It was so like lopsided and it was so like back and forth, like because that, and everyone knows like what happened in the AW year. It was the formation of the dynasty. Nate Chop left. It was them forming them, and then obviously you have, what is it, Envious?
Yeah,
No, it
yeah,
was Nagafin, and it was Denial in the championship.
yeah. But
And it was
like,
just like it was an outburst because it was supposed to be. It was, everyone thought it was supposed to be Optic versus Denial, and then or it was supposed to be Nog versus Nog's team versus the Optic. But them getting knocked out by Denial, it was just that team was low key just nasty. You have replays, Playster, a young 18-year-old attached, and JCap. Like you have the players, and no one expected them to win anything. And out of the blue, you have a championship team.
yeah, but
It's just
it was also structured
honestly
differently then because Champs was played within the first like 3 weeks of the game being out. You know?
after that, the years of COD is just it changed slowly and slowly and slowly. it got better, and then it got worse, and then it got better, and then the games got pretty shitty, and then some of them got pretty good, and then here we are. Fast forward out to 2020 MW2. It's just it's just a whole different game, and it's just a whole different vibe. Like the CWL was had a whole different feeling to what like the CDL has. This is like it's more like business structure than what it was back then. Like it was all about having fun or getting better or playing against the best in the world or having a chance to compete against them.
Listen, I'm all for like the exclusivity of some tournaments being strictly pros. I'm all for that, man. Golf does that. Like you have to qualify for certain things. You have to be rated in the top whatever in the world to be invited to this one. Like I'm all for that, but I want to see amateurs be able to compete week in and week out against the best players. I think you'll see a explosion with people getting better at Call of Duty because they want that opportunity. I remember the days where you would get into a lobby with like Scump or an Shot. You'd hit a pub, just happen to hit a pub with them, especially being where I live. Like I'd get into games with them pretty frequently because of the way ping worked back in the day. You would always go hard, bro. Like you're gonna get fucking picked up or some shit. Like it didn't matter. Some switch always flipped, and you would just go hard. You know what I mean?
It just flips the switch when you see someone of the game. Like you know you want to show them what you got and like saying we're up here.
Yeah, like I'm on your tails, bro. Like fucking watch yourself. And I feel that that's what Call of Duty's missing. That spark. That right now, bro. Anyone who plays fucking London right now is getting a W. London's bad.
That situation, that team just needs to figure it out in the free agency. Drop everyone, keep a seam.
But they won't. That's the problem because they don't want to spend the money. Because rumor is they're getting fucking rebranded to a Madrid team next year, right?
Dang.
So why would they want to spend the money now? What they should be looking for is just to finish the year because they're shitty at what they do. You finish the year and you just kind of let it happen. Like you pick up a challengers team and let them go through the ringer, bro. That's it. You pick up 4 new, let them go through the ringer and let it be. And they will figure it out. Like
Because right,
you
right now,
should try to
London's
pick up
just
Rocker
really
Academy,
hampered everyone else.
but or Toronto NA, like one of those two, bro. Like that's, but that's not gonna happen. So like, what are we really,
Right now,
what are we really doing here?
London's team is pretty much just the team that's ruining everyone's like everyone else's fairy tales for champs until you're qualified. Like they can be the potential people like to knock some certain people out. They can just be those people.
Yeah, and that's nice and all, but like, you guys didn't get any better. Like you just didn't get better. Like I just don't know what else to say about it. Like you've had all year to figure it out and you just didn't get better. I remember last year London looked on fire major 1 until they ran Adoptic. Like that's it. That's it. Like just
They
so
saw the green wall and they saw Scump on the other hand, and they're like, "Fuck this."
yeah,
But all you can hear though is the green wall. Honestly, being a CDL player going against Optic and the green wall, I just feel like shit.
why though? Why? Like you've been there. Like it's not so yeah, you get that they get that extra gas, right? But like they're playing the same game I am. We're on the same ping usually. Like if you're intimidated by the crowd, you should really check yourself and see if you really want to be on that stage. Your first time up on that stage, you have the right to be intimidated and a little bit fucking freaked out, right?
A
Anytime
little
after
bit,
that,
but it
anytime
is your
after
job
that,
to play that game.
you need to just like lock in.
That's not like that's like what I said, dude. Like as soon as like you can have like yes, you can have your jitters, but you are paid to do that shit, and you're proven enough. Like you're in this league for a reason, so prove it.
And I'm not saying that you're not going to shit the bed every once in a while because, like, that just happens, bro. Like, it's Call of Duty.
It's
Like,
just hard. It's hard,
yeah. But
but
what they really need to worry about is, like, why does this keep happening? And I think the problem is the fact that almost everything is played online. So all your online games count more for that than the majors to get to champs. Right? Because it's, what is it, 10 points for every online win or 20, something like that, and it's fucking 10 for every LAN win.
yep.
It should be reversed. Like, what are we doing? Like,
I don't know.
especially
The point
now
system
with this
just
sound
doesn't make
EQ
sense to
cheese.
me.
Like, coming up basically right after this major, the weeks leading up to champs, we're going to see this game change so drastically when it's played for the sole fact that sound EQ is getting taken off by everybody, because you're not going to be able to use it at champs. So why do we still have it on? If we're going to champs already, why the fuck are we going to have this on?
I think honestly they started catching like other players at like that last major using it. JCap caught Cell using it, and then he was like, "If we're gonna use it, then we're gonna use it. Like if we're not, we're not. It doesn't make sense." Like it's the Sonic cute is just. I think it's honestly just it's a
Have
little bit cheesy.
you ever heard it, bro? The sound EQ?
Yeah,
It's absolutely ridiculously crazy how loud that is. One of the 3-stack plays with it on. He's like, he's behind you. I'm like, yo, I haven't even fucking heard him yet. How far back do you think he is? He's like, oh no, man, I can just hear the footsteps. He's somewhere behind you.
that's what I hear from my teammates too. Like he's behind you. I'm like, where, bro? I'm like, I'm looking, and he's not here. So if he's here, down the hall, across the hall, like looks like
That's
just to
ass,
show you're
bro.
not
That's
bad.
ass.
Like that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, bro. This game's gonna change drastically right before champs, and I think it'll be for the better of Optic. But what the CDL, listen up, assholes. What should really happen is we should go back to monthly tournaments and then weekly games still, not played online. That's it. The CWL got people to show up to fucking Ohio twice a month. I don't know how fucking hard that is twice a month to these dudes to show up to Ohio. No one likes to go to Ohio. Like,
Who wants to go to Ohio, man? I have no
Joakim
problem
Noah said
with
it best once. Who the fuck wants to vacation in Ohio?
man. I do not want to go. Put honestly, we need to bring it back to Chicago. That's the one thing.
It won't happen. Why would they bring it here? No. The only thing we ever have a chance of bringing here is champs. And Chicago's not a city that really cares about that kind of stuff. And the only place to hold it, bro, would be the Wintrust Arena, right? And I'm going to be real with you. A bunch of the people that aren't from Illinois or from Chicago would probably get hurt by the fucking locals. So, like, because, like, it's on a college campus up there, but it's not great. It's not great up there, bro. Like, these gamers ain't ready for the hard streets of Chicago, bro. They ain't ready. They ain't ready, bro. He wasn't ready.
He's gonna pull out his controller. He's gonna whip out his fist.
Nah, bro. He's gonna whip out the blicky, bro. And ain't no fist coming out. What the fuck you think this is, bro? Ah, damn. You see a 9mm. Ain't no fist flying at you, bro.
Honestly, they just need to put like the.
They just shoot people
They need to
up there,
host
bro.
tournaments. They just find esports arenas, host them there, but then just make it sure so we can like show up, and even like people want to like play in them just for like the side tournaments, like in the lower terms, like the lower teams. Just It
Yeah,
just
I'm still saying, bro, if you get into that challengers tournament and you're in that field of like 250, like there should be no reason that if I get top 12 that I can't play against the pros at this point. I don't see a problem with that. I don't know how hard that is to deal with because I have to watch fucking 3 winners games and 3 losers games. Like, bro, I know you want everything to be like prioritized and put up on the mainstream and everything like that. I just think that you would continuously get more viewers on separate streams if it's ran more like it used to be, bro. Like side
bring it.
stations, like co-main stage, like stuff like that, bro. Like you got to let these guys that don't get to shine all the time because they're playing in fucking challengers in a pit or 3 rooms over.
They're just out like
That's
they
where the real
outcast the
passion is, bro.
challenges.
That's it. Like I don't care what anyone tells me. Like the best players in the world are up on the stage. You are correct. Yes. You want to see where the real passion is? Walk down the hall. Like
Look at the challengers players. You got to hear them. Even they have a crowd like people watching them. Like you got to give
exactly.
them a chance to have like the same exact feeling. Like yes, you can have challengers players get picked up and go to the league right away. Yes, it's a whole different feeling for them, not for the whole challengers league. It's
Right?
just
Like
like let them have their part of the stage. Let them have some of the main stage. Like let them play.
like some of these challengers teams I know have the internal talks of, yo, if we get a chance, I think we could beat Optic. That is a talk that I know goes on in more circles than I would like to admit because like that's a talk that's gone on for I don't know how long, right? So why not give that team if they can put themselves in that opportunity, why not give that team that chance? And let them actually see what the gas is about being on main stage.
Or have the best challenger team take out the worst CDL team in a match, and the winner stays.
Fuck it. Fuck it. Let's just go English Premier League rules, bro. 2-man low points and fucking that in the CDL go against the 2-man high points in the fucking Challengers League, and we just see what happens.
Winner
Winner
stays.
winner stays or winner moves up. That's it, bro. Like I ain't got nothing else for you, boys. Like
That's the league I would kind of like it because it would just make sense if the best challenger team can beat the lowest like CDL team. Okay, let them in.
yeah, exactly, bro. Like it works for English soccer. Why can't it work for Call of Duty? Like it's almost like an identical move. I'm not seeing the difference here. Like you're already giving teams points for winning games, right? And you're already like,
You already they have their own point system, so why it doesn't shouldn't they be able to cash out? I don't know. It should be able to cash out and be like, let's give us a ticket to like police face the worst team.
no, bro. Like, listen, if Call of Duty actually wants to be something, right? And they want challengers to be something. If you want to keep the structure that the CDL is now, I'm fine with that. But you got to run something that mimics it on the challenger side. Because I think that would be I think that would be it right there.
That'd be the wave.
And
That'd
also,
be that.
challengers teams, anyone that sees this, change your fucking scrim schedule so people can actually have a job, like a real job. Because Call of Duty's not paying the bills yet, boys.
It's not.
Like, it's all fine and dandy to scrim at 2 p.m., but fucking A, bro. Half you guys are 18, 19, still living at home. Like, create content, do something, go get a job. Like, set yourself up if Call of Duty doesn't work out. Like, I get it. Like, that's what you want to do. That's what all of us wanted to do. Sometimes it doesn't work that way. So you just make sure you got something on the back end, bro. Like, ain't no reason to risk your future over playing in challengers.
It's just like there is a life outside the game. There is a life outside the game, and you can't expect it to always be your back way out. Like, God's gonna make me money. No, 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 no. You gotta have plans. You gotta have a different way of like, hey, if this is gonna make me money, if this doesn't work, like you gotta have many different ways. Like, yes, COD is fun. Yes, it's always gonna be there. But if you know you're not making money off it. Like, if you're not making enough off your streams or anything, or like just anything you're doing involving esports in general, just focus on like the priorities. It's just don't always expect the gaming just to be there the way out or just the simple money source.
Listen, man, if you don't have 3 or 4 different things going on where you could potentially see a revenue stream from, you're doing it wrong. That's it. Like, you're doing it wrong, bro. Don't stretch yourself so thin that it's a problem, but also don't make it a problem either. Like, these pro players are streaming now because of Scump. They see what he built, and to be honest with you, bro,
What's that?
to be honest, man, it's really it's tough. It's tough to say because like Scump's the leader as a streamer, right?
He's the when you think of Call of Duty, in my eyes, I see Scump as the face. Yes, you can say Crimsix is the best player of all time in his accolades, but I am picking Scump as the face because of what he did for all of us. Like he just impacted a whole different generation and community. And for the streaming world, like he did it all. And while playing as a competitor.
Exactly, bro. Started with 4 people in a master bedroom in an Arlington Heights home. Ain't nothing more you need, bro. Ain't nothing more you need, you know?
What was it, the Scup House or the 60/50?
60/50, bro. Like fucking guys were smoking weed, doing 24-hour streams playing GTA. Like, ain't no thing, bro. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing on a string, you know?
I was just like that. Watching those videos back in the day, especially with I don't know, just watching Scump like sweatbanding. I just think of that, and that's kind of like the reason. Like that was one of my very, very, very first Scump videos I watched.
I mean, listen, they wage their future for esports. That doesn't mean you have to now, though. Like, there's other avenues to get into this esports thing.
It could be streaming, it could be content creating, it could be merch, it just can be a whole boatload of stuff. You just got to think about outside the box. If you want to be in this community or just being like involved with it, just and make money off it, it can't always just be gaming you're making money off of. Yes, you can do it while gaming, but streaming and doing other stuff or just other stuff in general involving it just helps out in a big factor.
Yeah, bro, you just gotta leverage yourself. That's it. And like, if you don't leverage yourself, then what are we doing here at that point? Like, if you're not gonna put yourself out there and do things that make you feel uncomfortable, then I just don't know what else to fucking, you know what I mean? Like, I can't.
There's just no other way to say it.
Yeah, bro.
But what do you think? You think once Hex retires, do you think Scumping gonna be the owner of Optic?
Hex ain't ever gonna retire. That's for damn sure. He's never listen. He worked. Is he gonna take a step back and probably have like Scump take over head of operations?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
part owner.
Absolutely. He's gonna do the same thing that he was gonna do with Nade Shot until he didn't. I don't know what happened with that. I never really got the end of that. Oh yeah, yeah, Cardi, fucking animal in chat here. So I think he'll end up running it, and I think a very underrated person in that organization is their PR director, Ashley. To be honest with you, bro, like she does everything. Like,
Honestly, that whole Nate Shot ordeal with like him and Hex, I wish it went. In a sense, in all different realities, if that all would have went down, Scump would have left.
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I think it was. I think if had that gone down and Nate Shot owns half of Optic, I think that Scump and Nate Shot still being good enough friends, right? He would talk with Hector. Hector and Nate Shot would be like, listen, we'll give you 25. We'll give you whatever it is to get you to 33% out of all of us, right? So that way we all have some sort of part in this. Like,
it just bunches it together, so it makes a good deal for him.
Yeah.
I think it would have worked, but it was unfortunate. It really was.
No, I don't think it was unfortunate. I think it all happens for a reason, my man. So like, unfortunate's not really the word. The unfortunate one in all this with Nate Shot making his own company and all that is just like the COD community, man. Like I think we watched Nate Shot retire like a year and a half too early.
Way too early.
I think
People just they
he
they
played
really misjudged him.
he played so
Like,
much Black Ops 3 and I watched him play so much of it, bro. He's so just he was underrated, like really bad. Like and he kind of gets dogged on now, like really bad, like worse than Doug sometimes. Because Doug's still playing, so you can't really like fault Doug for doing anything wrong. Like I mean,
but
the
people are gonna
internet
still give
the internet
Doug
gives
credit.
Doug shit because,
He's Doug.
he left a supermodel to play Call of Duty, bro. Like what? I get why he did that. He broke that down in a video that was deleted that I caught before he deleted it. It was
A
due to like she
supermodel.
wanted like part of the revenue from what he posted on his channel when like he built her following all the way up. She was just some rando super sexy girl in Mexico. You know what I mean? Just
What
I'm
the
not I'm
hell?
not saying he created her, but
He pretty much part of the fame.
no, because you were not in the seedy side of the internet, my friend. She was on Reddit before I. She was on Reddit
Oh,
a lot.
oh Jesus.
Yeah, she was on Reddit a lot. We're just gonna leave that there. Like I'm not gonna explain that one. You got anything else, my man?
Nah, man. I
Uh,
got no-
all right, all right. So this will conclude the first episode. I'm gonna get an intro and an outro for this. 100% gonna happen. I'm gonna figure that out. Um, yeah. So we'll be back at this again next week.
Yeah, bro.
All right.
See y'all next week,
Yeah.
man.
See y'all next week. Later, boys.